Hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Harbaugh is holding back Keaton Mitchell. Look. Guys, now I covered this in the Wunderkind Morning Show. Touched on it. But I'm going to elaborate exactly what I mean and how I feel about how I feel like this man Harbaugh is holding back Keaton Mitchell. And look, he does say in his presser that it's hard to make plays for him because you're taking away plays from Derrick Henry. But you're not going to give the ball to Derrick Henry 400 times. Giving 30% of the snaps, 70-30 to Keaton Mitchell, is probably the perfect sweet spot to where you're allowing Derrick Henry to still be dominant in its gravity to truly affect the game, while still sprinkling in Keaton Mitchell and allowing him to be a force multiplier in big plays. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio and video of it, and then we're going to break it down even further, okay? Without further ado, let's go see what John Harbaugh had to say. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like content like this. Check this out.
John, we've seen the change of pace with Keaton Mitchell work really well over the last few weeks. Do you sort of like the level at which you're using that right now, or is that something that we could maybe see even more in certain games? Or
yeah, I think more. Yeah, more. We should, and we were kind of intentional. We wanted to do more. You know, just for whatever reason we didn't get to it, but definitely want to see more Keaton. And, you know, I think more you can mix it up. It's hard to take. I mean, you know, it's hard to take plays off Derrick Henry's plate. You know, that's a challenge. You gotta. I think anybody can understand that, but mixing it up is also a good thing too. You know, and I think all the guys understand the value of that too. So we're gonna try to find that. It's going to be game to game probably. You know, but try to find that that world where everybody's most effective.
Was it something that he improved on that led to his increased role, or was it really more from the coaching game plan side?
Say again, please.
Was it something that Keaton did that earned him an increased role, or was it more from the game planning side?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit of both, but probably more Keaton. You know, just watching him throughout the course of the season, you could, you know, he's been working hard, but he was coming back, hadn't played a lot last year, and I think he kind of was getting his sea legs back as a football player. You know, offensively and on special teams, both. And he made a big impact on special teams yesterday, twice as a gunner. I don't know if you noticed, but he had one play on the left sideline where he got down there right away. And then he had one where he got tackled and backed him up to the inside the 7-yard line, which was huge for us because it backed him up on that last drive. And then McCarthy got the big scramble, but it only got him out to like the 35-yard line because of that. That was a massive play, kind of hidden yardage play by Keaton. But even as a running back, I think he's really starting to, in the last, not just now, but in the last probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you could really start to see him come alive.
Guys, I want to make sure that I make this point clear, right? Harbaugh is not totally wrong in what he said. But once again, he wasn't even giving opportunities to him. He's actually forwardly speaking and saying he was holding back opportunities because, you know, he wasn't a big factor on special teams. And then allude to say, oh, he is a gunner. And he gunned his way up there, and that showed me that he was ready for more snaps. Look, I get it. There's 3 phases of football. Offense, defense, special teams. Understand that. Special teams is imperative and very important to a winning team. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not. It is. But you withheld one of the most explosive players in the league and wasn't even allowed to dress for games. You were holding back this offense from having another weapon that did more than just stretch the field, but gave a legitimate playmaker outside of a Lamar and a Derrick Henry and a guy that could spell Derrick Henry. while still allowing explosive plays to occur while he's on the field. Look, guys, maybe I look into things too much. Maybe I accentuate on things too much. But my thing is like this. If you know you have somebody special, you treat them like they're special. Too many times we have watched John Harbaugh and this team happily bench, sit, not allow players to flourish or allow them to get the opportunities simply because they're not their or his type of guys. And I look at that sometimes and I say, we're always looking for another playmaker on offense. Always. We're the Baltimore Ravens. We're known to have depleted, consistent, explosive players on this team. We're known for that. We're known for defense, special teams. That's what we're known for. Do you know how jacked up it is to say that player's not going to get an opportunity? And only when the season is truly on the line. Like, there's no other more ways you can go about this. We need offense, right? That you said, oh, we can find room for him now. And all of a sudden he's on the field for multiple plays, making play after play after play after play. And then as soon as you get back, the Wishmaster, a.k.a. Lamar Jackson, why I call him the Wishmaster? Because he's Harbaugh's personal wishing well. Now it's out. We don't got to use him too much. We got Lamar. We got Derrick Henry. You're supposed to want as much playmakers on offense as possible that you can always seek out and see where you have leverage, where you have a mismatch. Oh, yeah. And I want to make sure that I played this too. Check this out. Another guy that wasn't allowed on the field, that went to another team, since leaving our team has 3 sacks, 15 total tackles, and 1 forced fumble. I want to remind you guys and let you guys know this fun fact. Those 3 sacks that he's had since leaving this team, he would be the leader in sacks on the Ravens. Harbaugh wouldn't even allow him on the field. Daniel Falele has 4.5 sacks on the season. He would also be the leader in sacks. That would lead our sack number right now. The Ravens know right and refuse to do right. That's our problem. That's why Falele is still out there. That's why Voorhees is out there. Harbaugh, to me, and I don't care who disagrees with me on this, Harbaugh is more in about being correct than he is about actually winning. You see, if he's not correct, he doesn't care about winning. But if he's not winning, but he's right, you know what I'm saying? And he's doing his way, he's like, par for course. Which is crazy to me, but that's what we're dealing with. Literally. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But what do you guys think? Do you think Harbaugh's holding back Keaton Mitchell? Do you think Harbaugh's held back a lot of players this year and let them leave and go to other teams where they flourished? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please. All right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we did in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so already, check out the Wunderkind Morning Show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Touch on all topics of sports, break down sports, culture, pop culture, a little bit of nostalgia trivia at the end for the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. Be there or be square. Okay? Okay. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and just stuff like that, Bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code's to a Cash App. Cash is located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign. The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show's not just signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.
Ah!